Saint Alphonsus Liguori, champion of moral theology and founder of the Redemptorists, birth and early life. This reflection is prepared by Father Aube Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Saint Alphonsus Maria de Liguori was born on September 27, 1696 in Marianella near Naples, Italy. He was the eldest of 8 children born to a noble and devout Catholic family. His father, Don Giuseppe de Liguori, was a naval officer and nobleman, while his mother, Anna Cavalieri, was a deeply pious woman who instilled in Alphonsus a strong faith and love for the Church, a brilliant child. Alphonsus began studies early and earned degrees in civil and canon law from the University of Naples by the age of 16, becoming a respected lawyer by age 19. He was known for his integrity and gentleness in court, and he never lost a case for 8 years. However, a grave injustice in a legal case deeply disillusioned him and led him to reconsider his vocation. His call and conversion in 1723. At the age of 27, Alphonsus made a public vow never to practice law again, saying, "World, I know you now. Courts, never shall I enter you again." He then entered the seminary and was ordained a priest in 1726. He dedicated himself to preaching missions to the poor, especially in the rural and neglected areas around Naples. His gentle, simple, and heartfelt preaching touched many souls and renewed faith in the communities. Founding of the Redemptorists C.SS.R. in 1732, in response to a divine inspiration and the pressing spiritual needs of the poor and abandoned in rural regions, Saint Alphonsus founded the Congregation of the Most Holy Redeemer Redemptorists in Scala, Italy. The mission of the Redemptorists was to follow the example of Christ the Redeemer by proclaiming the gospel to the poor, especially those in the most spiritually neglected places. The congregation faced many challenges, including opposition from both civil and religious authorities. Yet Alphonsus remained firm, patient, and trusting in God's providence. His perseverance led to the growth of the Redemptorists throughout Italy and later across Europe and the world. Bishop of Sant'Agata dei Goti in 1762, despite his age and poor health, Alphonsus was appointed Bishop of Sant'Agata dei Goti, a diocese plagued by corruption and laxity. With pastoral zeal, he reformed the clergy, improved the education of seminarians, visited old parishes, and worked tirelessly for the spiritual and moral renewal of his flock. However, due to ill health and near blindness, he resigned in 1775. Accomplishments and contributions. Saint Alphonsus was a prolific writer, theologian, and spiritual director. He wrote over 100 works, including Moral Theology, a foundational text that balanced church doctrine with mercy, opposing both rigorism and laxism, The Glories of Mary, a beautiful Marian devotional classic, Visits to the Blessed Sacrament, encouraging frequent and loving devotion to Jesus and the Eucharist. Numerous hymns, sermons, and spiritual writings, many still widely used. He is credited with shaping modern Catholic moral theology, emphasizing that God is merciful and that moral teaching must be accessible and rooted in love. Death and canonization. Saint Alphonsus Liguori died on August 1, 1787, at the age of 90 in Nocera de Pagani. Despite intense physical suffering, including rheumatism that severely deformed his body, he remained prayerful and obedient to God's will. Canonized May 26, 1839. By Pope Gregory XVI, declared Doctor of the Church, 1871 by Pope Pius IX, patron saint, confessors, moral theologians, and the Redemptorist order. Lessons from his life. 1. Perseverance in suffering. Alphonsus bore great physical pain and trials with patience and faith. 2. Love for the poor. He saw the face of Christ in the abandoned and neglected. 3. Balance in morality. He taught a path of compassion and mercy while upholding church truth. 4. Devotion to Mary and the Eucharist. His love for Our Lady and the Blessed Sacrament inspired countless souls. 5. humility and obedience. Even as a bishop and doctor, he remained humble and obedient to the Church. A question for meditation. Do I strive to share the truth of the gospel with compassion and mercy, as Saint Alphonsus did, or do I sometimes allow pride or judgment to cloud my witness?